What's up, guys? It's Jay. I actually recorded this story time about like a year ago. I think was it a year ago? No, I think it might have been 2015 when I recorded this, but I deleted it because I didn't like how it came out. So, um, I just decided to re-record it. So this is the story time of my crazy Saturday night when I had to bail someone, will help someone get bailed out of jail. Okay, so I'm going to say this was like 2012. Um, so this was this place I had went to called what Moon Pal or some shit. It was like some hole in the wall last quote unquote club or whatever in Bloomfield or some shit like that. And I remember going there once with some friends. And I mean, I've talked about this before in like past videos, like in the Unu video. Like I've been to clubs before, but I don't really. I stopped going because I didn't have fun because I used to be like really uncomfortable, and it's like me spending unnecessary money and always having to meet a the designated driver and shit like that. Um so yeah, so that's why I stopped going to clubs because I just feel like them shits is really, it's really played out. It's really played out. But anywho, so um, I say like maybe a couple weeks after the first time we went to this place, um, my friend and a couple other people that I knew were going back there, and they was like, "Oh, Jay, can you tell us how to get there?" Because my friends back then, they used to call me MapQuest because I always had to give people directions because bitches would stay getting lost. So this is 2012, so there wasn't no Google Maps. It wasn't, smartphones wasn't like a thing where it's like everyone had it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not as simple as like going to Google and typing up directions. Like you have to use up your fucking like internet data on your phone and to like go on MapQuest and find directions. It was like that. So I told them specifically how to get there. I told them how much the tolls were, everything. I broke it down. I literally broke down specific details and simple details so where they could understand to get home. Right? Okay, so it's later on that night. I say it's about 2:30 ish. I get a call. So normally when I would get a call at that time, it was on some bullshit. So I'm already like, oh God, what happened? I'm thinking someone got into a fight or something like that happened. So they call me, it's my friend, and she's like, yo, Jade, we got lost. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I told y'all how to get there. How did y'all get lost? And it was like, we missed the exit and some other excuse. I'm just sitting here getting annoyed. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, okay, so what's up? And then they're saying, oh, well, Kathy, the person that was driving, her car broke down. So it was like, I think it like ran out of gas or something happened with her car. So they got off the nearest exit and the car broke down like a few feet from a gas station, like right off the highway. So, and then it's like, yeah, the car broke down. Um, and there's a cop here. And I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking he's gonna help them out. I said, okay, so y'all can get home. They was like, no, Kathy's going to jail. I said, to jail? I said, what the fuck did she do? She had a warrant for open container. I was like, Jesus. So basically driving while having an open container. I said, Lord Jesus. So she's in jail. So she's about to go to jail. And I'm like, and it's like, we can't get home. I said, y'all ain't call y'all parents. Y'all ain't call y'all siblings. There's like no one's answering the phone. I call bullshit, but okay. So they's like, we gotta put you on the phone with the cop. I said, what? And all of a sudden I'm talking to the cop and he was like, yeah, I, I need to find a way for them to get home. And I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, I felt like I had no choice really because I'm like, there's no one else that can come get them. And I was like, okay, I'm coming to get them. He was like, okay. So I so I get off the phone with them, and next thing I know, I had the displeasure of waking up my mother. So like I said, it's like 3 o'clock, like about 3 o'clock now. Almost, yeah, I say it's like maybe almost 3 o'clock. And so I wake up my mom, and because I mean, I didn't want to just take the car and she wakes up and I'm not home. So I woke her up, and she's like, what's going on? And I told her what happened. And then she spazzes on me. She's going off on me. She's yelling at me. And we're getting into an argument because I'm like, why are you yelling at me? I didn't do anything. I'm at home. I'm not out running the streets, all late at night. Like, I'm not the one that got arrested or whatever. Like, I got so upset that she was cursing me out. And she was upset because she was like, your friends always call you all crazy hours at night. I told you to turn off your phone. And it's like, and I told him, I was like, no one can come through this. She was like, that's a bunch of bullshit. She was just angry. And I understand why she was angry, but at the time, I was like, okay, that's cool that you mad at them, but why you gotta get mad at me? So I'm mad because she cussing me out for something I didn't do. So I'm in a car. I'm driving down 22. I have to go to Warren, which is like 20 minutes. It's like on the other side. So I'm on 22. I have to get to 78. So in order for me to get to 78, I have to go over the hill. So I'm driving and I'm hoping and praying no deer runs into my car. So I finally get on 78. I finally get to where they are, and I pull up to the gas station, and I'm silent. I'm silent. I didn't say hi. I'm literally just silent. I'm pissed. I'm just staring straight. And I said, can we go home? And it's like, we got to get Kathy out of jail. I said, excuse me? I said, I'm not getting that bitch out of jail. They was like, no, you don't have to pay. I was like, I was really about to say, fuck her. Let her find her own way back home. Or get her own way out of jail. Oh, my pissivity level was just over, it was like off the charts at this point. Because I'm like, now we have to go and get her. And then there's like, I'm like, where is she? I'm thinking she's in Warren. It's like South Plainfield. So I had to go from Plainfield to Warren to South Plainfield. So I had to, get from one highway to the next highway and then go to the jail. And I basically had to go in a big ass circle to get to where she was. So we get to the jail, and they're like, then they tell us, you gotta get a bail bonds. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, it is 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. So we had to go back. We had to come back to Plainfield. And then we call one bail bonds. Dude never shows up. We had to go to another bail bonds and wait for them. Now I'm sitting here. I'm still mad. And I'm like, we're like downtown Plainfield. Downtown Plainfield ain't really the safest place to be at night, especially not this late at night. So I'm like, please don't let nobody run up on my car. Because this is like, that's just something else to add to the, the shit pie. So, so we're waiting, and the bail bonds finally shows up. Kathy's sister that just happened to be with us signs the papers, and now we had to come pick her up from the jail. And then I had to take everyone home. And of course, no one lived close to each other. So I'm like literally riding around Plainfield, dropping people off. I didn't get home till 5 o'clock, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm dead tired. And I literally just passed out because I was so exhausted from driving and shit like that. And then, like, later on that day, my phone rings and it's Kathy. And I'm like, why the fuck is she calling me? So she calls me and she goes, well, my car broke down and I need to get to work and I live in Bedminster. Bedminster is like 30, 45 minutes from where I used to live at. And I said, nope, and I hung up the phone. I think it's like the last time I spoke to her. Yeah, that was definitely a lesson learned because at that point, that's when I had to start cutting people off. Because, after that, later on that day, my mother apologized to me for going off on me. Like I said, I understand why she was angry, but I was still upset because she went off on me. And back then, I used to, let people walk all over me, take advantage of me, take advantage of my kindness, because the type of person I am, I'm a very really kind-hearted person. Like if you're in any trouble, if I can help you, I'll do anything I can to help you out. You know what I'm saying? That's just the type of person I am. You know what I'm saying? And back then, people used to really take advantage of that. And people was always calling me up. Can can you take me here? Can you take me there? This, that, and the third. Blah blah blah. Yeah, sometimes they would give me gas money. Yeah, sometimes they wouldn't give me gas money. But it was just still like they were just taking advantage of me because I had a car. And so I really had to I talked to my other friend about it. She was like, you really need to, you know, only be friends with people that's going to benefit you because they're doing nothing but taking advantage of you. So that's when I really had to cut people off because it's like, okay, I'm doing all these things for you, but when I need, assistance, I need help on something, I don't get the same response. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a lesson learned. Definitely. But yeah, man, that whole night still kind of aggravates me to this day because of just like all this shit I had to go through for someone who I didn't really fuck with, and I had to do all this shit to get her ass out of jail. When if it was really up to me, I would just like let that bitch sit in there because I was like, I didn't give a fuck about her, but I was like, listen, I ain't putting in a fucking cent, a red fucking penny to get her ass out of jail. It's like, ain't my fault. I'm not the one drinking with, open containers. But yeah, man, it's a lesson learned, kids. Be careful with who your friends are. And, if they, kind of start taking advantage of your kindness, start cutting people off, it's better off that way. But yeah, so I'm going to go and I'm going to talk to you guys next time.